called London. It's across the water. Far away in a distant land, there were these 4 kids, and they grew up firm friends. Ambition was the youngest. He was a bright-eyed kid, and he had a numbness where his logic should have been, because he was ruled by his hunger. Next there was Pride. On that pride, he walked with a broad stride, because he from himself would his weaknesses hide, and people loved being near him. They couldn't work out whether they liked him or they feared him. It's just much more they found his self-confidence endearing. Okay, so next there was Talent. Oh wow, Talent, she was beautiful and gallant, but she lived for her senses and not for her sense, and so her poor heart was covered in dents. Oh, this was Envy. Envy's eyes often seemed empty. She would talk loud in lengthy sentences, she was frenzied and sensitive, she was tall and she was cold, and her eyes were green like your skin when it gets marked by fake gold. I don't know if you know that kind of green. That dirty green. Anyhow, they grew up, and they fell out, and they made up, and they got drunk, and they hung out from sun up to sun, and then they got done, and then they hit the ground running. They looked for and they found something. Oh, but it all turned to nothing though, because pride got with talent, envy with ambition. They forgot how to listen. Things changed, became different. Everything was competition. Talent and pride became bitter. Despised, they got hateful, sarcastic, dreary, drastic. And yes, it's true, you're right, they did love each other greatly, but their fights were fucking terrible. So I'm sorry. Oh, he's filming it as well. Oh. But the fights were awfully terrible. Because they raised each other high up on pedestals. They isolated themselves. They stopped speaking to ambition and envy. They became distant and unfriendly. That's when envy got sad and she cried plenty. Her indignation roused, she discovered she wanted more than she had found with ambition. He was always looking, but only got what he was given. Concerned not with what his hands held, but what they could be gripping. He was always chasing, never thought to fill the space in, and envy made him more desperate with every pointed conversation, always forcing the comparisons, making him address how every time he promised more, she always ended up with less. Yes, and so in this way, these 4 firm friends became 4 fierce forces, heading for that awkward stage that precedes most divorces. 4 joint segments of a one-body party just drifted apart and turned nasty. But look, pride keeps envy at bay. Ambition helps talent become more than just apparent. Talent, it will flourish. This will enable pride, which quells envy, man. They should exist side by side, because these factors contribute to balance. Alone, pride is often envious of talents, it seems. Many have ambition, but talent they haven't. Some have talent, but get envious of proud ambition. And so alone, these 4 friends came to realize how about the others, they're just a quarter of what they ought to be. Still, everything occurs accordingly, but now when they meet up, conversation seems to flow awkwardly. So they're just living separate lives, thinking, oh man, there used to be more to me.